Are you ready to do more sentences today? You're getting to be sentence experts. When I see you in class again, you're going to know all about the sentences. So remember, two things a sentence has to have to be a whole sentence. One, it has to talk about someone or something. That is the naming part of it. Two, it has to have an action part. The someone or the something has to be doing something. I am talking to you. I, that is the someone or something. In that case, it's a someone. And the action is talking. So it has to have both to be a complete sentence. Two other important things. For a sentence to be written correctly, it has to begin with, what did we say? A capital letter. And it has to end with, what did we say? Some type of punctuation. Most of the time it's a period, but not always. Sometimes that punctuation mark is a question mark or an exclamation point. Okay, let's look at a sentence. Do you know what this word is? It's one of your sight words we've been practicing. I. Smell. That's one of our senses with our nose. What's this word? It's another sight word we've practiced. A. It's the lowercase a, the same as the word a. I smell a rose. Now this is a final sentence that is complete and written correctly. And let's talk about why. To begin with, I is the naming part. It is the someone or something. What is I doing in the sentence? I smell. Now we could just leave it like that. I smell. And it would be a complete sentence. We just added a rose to give us a little bit more detail about what it is that the person smells. Begins with that uppercase capital letter I, and it ends with that punctuation mark, that period at the end. So it is a complete sentence and it is written complete. Let's look at this next one. I see a gray cat. Is there a someone in the sentence or something? I. Is there an action part? What is I doing? I see. See is an action. That's something we do. Is there anything about this sentence that needs to be fixed, do you think? Look at it a minute. There's something that is wrong with it. I will tell you that. What do you think is wrong with this sentence? Look at the beginning of it. Is this a lowercase I or an uppercase I? It is a lowercase I. Remember, two things. One, anytime I is by itself as a word, it is always capitalized. Always, always, always. The only time it is lowercase is when it's living with other letters to make another word. When we're talking about the I by itself, it's always capital. So it should be capital for that reason, even if it was in the middle of a sentence. But why else should this be a capital uppercase I? Because it's at the beginning of a sentence, and sentences always begin with that uppercase I. So let's just change him into an uppercase I. Usually we erase it, but in this case, we could just write over it and turn him into one. Here's another one. Do you know what this word is? These I'll help you with. Do you know what this one is? A. Okay, we have learned all of the letters in this first word, so let's sound it out. S makes the S sound. A makes the I, and M makes the M. Let's blend it. Ready? Sam. Sam is the word. Sam hears a dog howl. Does this sentence have a someone or a something that it's talking about, usually in the beginning? Sam is the someone or something. It's usually a boy's name, sometimes it's a girl's name too. So it's either a boy or a girl, but it's the name of a person. What is Sam doing? Sam heals. Heals is the action. So we have our two parts. We have the naming part and we have the action part. What is wrong with this sentence? There's two things that's wrong with this sentence. What does it always begin with? It always begins with a capital letter, which is the uppercase letter. Look at this S. Is this S the lowercase or the uppercase? Now the uppercase S looks the same as the lowercase almost. Look here. They both have the same shape, but look how much bigger that uppercase letter is. That's why I always encourage you to start at the ceiling and come to the floor on your uppercase letters, because the uppercase S is so much bigger than the lowercase, and we need to make sure we are writing our uppercase correctly so that our sentences begin with a capital letter. Now Sam has that capital S. There's another reason Sam needs a capital S, and that's because it's a name, but we will talk about that later. What else does this sentence need? Sam hears a dog howl. What else does it need? It needs a period at the end of it because it's just making a statement. It's not asking a question. It's not making a big exclamation. You're excited. Just Sam hears a dog howl. Here's another one. Tess Tess tastes the candy. Does it have a someone or something? Yes, it does. Tess is who it's about. That's the naming part. Does it have an action? Is Tess doing something? She tastes. That is the action. But what two things are wrong with this? How did I write it that's wrong that I need to fix? It should always begin with what? An uppercase letter. Is this the lowercase t or the capital T? This is the lowercase t. Remember, our capital letter is always our uppercase letter. So I needed to erase that and fix my T. Tess tastes the candy. What else do we need at the end of it here? We need a period, that punctuation mark at the